Hi guys, so we're going to take my hair from this to this. If you want to see a step-by-step process on how I got this crochet lock done, keep watching this video and we'll get right into it.
Hold it tight, girl, I'ma show you like every night, so let me back and get that left right from the back. Let me to the end, I'ma take it down low. Move it to the top, I'ma take that slow.
I just had my hair washed and deep conditioned it. Length check. My hair is fully relaxed now, by the way, so I'm just going to part my hair into two ways and pack one side. Then I'm going to part out a section at the back. I'm going to divide this back to 3 braids, but we'll just put out that section at the back, then put out a big section in front. I'm not using the regular crochet method where you just braid your hair to the back and put in the locks. This is going to give like an individual braiding vibe, where it would look like you actually braided out your hair individually and made the locks individually. So that's why I'm giving a space at the back too. So if you have a longer crochet and you pack your hair, like pack it all the way up, the back side would not give crochet vibe, it would give like a regular braid vibe. My hair has been properly moisturized, so I'm just sealing in that moisture with oil. So I won't be doing so much talking in the course of this video because this video is pretty much self-explanatory, but I would put in some explanations where necessary or when needed. I parted this out, but then I checked the crochet and it was looking really thick and full, so I decided to make my parting thicker. The simple trick to this pattern I'll be using is basically you're going to divide each section to maybe 2 or 3 if it's not really long. This now I did 2 and I did 3 at the center, and you're going to braid like a regular braid to the way I stopped, like halfway, or my hair is pretty long, so just braid it long enough to reach the back, then you leave it, then you braid the one at the back, then join the one in front to the back. So if you have 3 sections, you are going to braid the first one a little, then braid the second one, then join the first one to the second one, then braid a little, then braid the third one, then take the first and second one, then join it. So now onto the middle section. What we're going to do is basically put how do I explain it? We're going to line out basically like parallel to the rows in front and just do a slipping braid down. So on the second one, we're going to add that little braid at the back to the second one, and you're just going to keep tucking the ends in. So at the end of the day, you have just one end. I don't know how to explain it, but you guys just watch the video and follow through. So then we're going to add the end of the last one we did in and continue braiding down. Then when you get towards the end again, you're going to add the little braid at the back and continue braiding it basically. And we'll do that to the other side too, and we'll just keep doing that till we have just one left. So now we'll be left with one end from the right side and one from the left side and the little one at the back, and the two sides in front are basically going to go into two slipping braids. So you'll notice I loosened this back a bit before I tucked in the other end. That's because we want it to slip fully when you are joining it to the other side, so it doesn't end up giving a very bulky vibe at the back and swollen vibe. So you stretch out the ends to the new braids you are doing. If you are a short, you probably would join it at the more closer to the end. The longer your hair is, the earlier you have to put the other ends in. So until the final one, we're going to join these two ends in, the one in front and the one at the other side. So I'm just going to oil my scalp, then put the crochet in. You just need your crochet pin for this, and that's all. If you've never done a crochet before, basically you just put the top part into your crochet pin and make sure your crochet pin is closed before you pull it out. You don't want to be pulling on your hair. Then you put in the crochet pin back to pick out the end. In this case now, since we have a lock, a crochet lock, they made the ends curly so you can pick on the curly parts because you can't drag the lock itself back into the head. Now on real time vibe, you slowly put your pin in, then clip in the top part where you have like an opening, and you make sure you close your crochet pin. You don't want it opened. Then you slowly pull it back out, then you open your crochet pin and go back in to pick on the end. Or if you have like a braid, you can just pick on any part of the braid, then you pull it back in, then drag it out of the hole. Then you will now have to press it down to make sure it slips properly on your braid. But don't worry, if you are doing a crochet lock of this length, you just have to trust the process. It might be looking a little bit like swollen, but you just pull it down and tighten it up a bit. That's all. So I started out this way because I wanted to check how full it was going to get. Basically, I just picked out the sections where I braided earlier, and now I'm going to go back into the parts where the braid went over to join the other part. Don't know if I explained it, but basically we're now going to do that to the rest of the sides. And when I do the other side, I'm just going to do the parts I braided and the joining because my crochet was still like a lot. It's really full, so I went back in to do all of this, and then I'll continue all that all around. So basically we're just going to do this part all over till you're out of your crochet, and that's it. So getting to the back, we're just going to do the braids, the individual braids first, put in your crochet. Then what I did was I went ahead to pick out all the ends where we tucked in, the ends that were like joining the other braids. So I went to put crochet on them first to cover them up. So when you check your hair from the back, you don't see all the joinings and the swellings and everything. Then after that, I went to the braids itself, the slipping braids, and just like kept in the crochet. After I was done, I think I still had like 3 left that I had to find space for them. To show you how full this thing was, it was a struggle to find space for the remaining 3. So I just took my scarf and used it to like press down the air because it was a little bit swollen. But don't worry, when you slip on this like 1 or 2 times, it would go down itself. It's just giving the full vibe. But I just used this to like press it down to make it slip down a bit. You can see the difference. And this is what the back and the sides are looking like for if you have a longer crochet and you want to pack it up or pack like different styles. You could pack it this way if you have a long one. You could, even with this one, you could pack it up this way. There are like different styles you could do with this, so I didn't quite make a video of actually styling them. But I'm just going to go with the side parting vibe because it's a short vibe, so that's a vibe.